Hi everyone, happy Monday. My name is Laura Milligan and I am coming to you from my studio that I called the B Spot, and we've had a busy day here. Every day is busy here, it seems like, which is a good thing. We like to keep busy, but thank you for joining. If you are there, say hi, leave a comment. Let me know if you did anything fun this over the weekend. We had a great weekend. I had my summer stamp camp, and it was a really fun day of stamping, and I had actually had more of the kits, the class that were shipped out, and so they went in the mail today all over the United States, which is always really fun. So just let me know what you did for the weekend if you had fun. We also had company here, which was fun, and so now we're getting back to work today. So I have a really cute card I'm going to show you. I am featuring the Just My Type stamp set, which is also my the stamp set that I'm featuring for my B-Box Club this month, which is my new club. It's a subscription, and I will talk a little bit about that when I'm in just a minute here, but I'm going to go ahead and switch my phone view down. I did receive two really pretty cards in the mail that I want to share with you, and then we will get started stamping. Okay, so there's Jennifer, Terry, Barb, Becky, Susie Q. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for being here today. And if you are watching on the replay, thank you for watching. I appreciate all my viewers. And really, I thank you so much for watching, whether it's live or on the replay. So I'm going to start with sharing two cards I received in the mail. This one is her name is Sarah, but we lovingly refer to her as Gran, and she's from Tennessee Gran. We love her. I love her, and she made me this pretty card. And we all love the daisies. Hi, Crystal. Glad you could join me today. We all love that Cheerful Daisy bundle. It was a class that I had featured. Gosh, I think it was the first one I featured when the new catalog went live. But I love how she used this paper, but then added a die cut of the daisy onto the paper to give it a little bit of dimension. I thought that was a great idea. So thank you, Gran, for that idea. Love that card. And then I received this one in the mail, and this was from Shelly Gardner. And if any of you know who Shelly Gardner is, if you don't know, she is the co-founder of Stampin' Up, and she sent me this card. It says, "Let's celebrate." She actually sent this because I reached $1.3 million in career sales this past month, which seems crazy, but I got this beautiful card from Shelly, and it's always special to get a card from her. So that was kind of a fun little surprise in the mail. So I wanted to mention first, this is my host code for the month. And if you use this host code, if your order is $50 in product or more, and you place an online order in my store, using this host code, I send you a free thank you gift. And this month, the gift is these, which are the Neutrals Adhesive Back Sequins. I love sequins, and I love sequins even more when they have adhesive on the back. They make them so much easier to use, and I'm actually going to use not this set of sequins, but a different set for my card today. They are also adhesive backed, and I think that's the way to go with sequins, unless you're making a shaker card, of course. But this is my thank you gift, and of course, along with this, you would get a hand-stamped card from me with my thanks. So if you haven't ordered yet, the other thing about this month, our special is if you place a $50 order, you will be emailed a coupon for $5 off an order you place in August. So that's a great little deal in itself. So I am going to make a card today, and I am featuring the Just My Type stamp set. And if any of you have been to my studio, you know I love typewriters. I have a small collection of vintage typewriters. And so anytime I see a typewriter stamp set, I feel like it has my name written all over it. And so I wanted to point this out in the catalog. It is a $24 stamp set. It's on page 69. It has some really good words. I love this. I hope your day is filled with sunshine and rainbows. And cute little flowers. I love this little envelope here. I think that's really fun. These stamps. It's two different stamps that would be like the piece of paper you'd be inserting into your typewriter to type up a message for someone. And then I'm also featuring the Delightfully Eclectic 12 by 12 Designer Series paper. And like I said, these are what I am featuring this month in my B-Box Club. And let me just bring this little graphic out here because sometimes I think it helps to remember. This is the B-Box Club, and I have been doing a B-Box class for many, many years now, and I just decided to switch it up a little bit, and it is now a subscription. So once you subscribe, you will get a class to go in the mail every month until you unsubscribe. And I hope you don't unsubscribe. There are some perks. I am partnering with my talented demonstrator friend Sherry Roth from Canada. We make a great team, and for the B-Box, we each design 2 cards, so you get 4 different card designs, and we give you the supplies to make 2 of each card. And then you also get between $20 and $23 in product. So usually it's paper, gems, some ribbon, that sort of thing. And so this month we are featuring the Just My Type stamp set and the Delightfully Eclectic paper. And so here is the stamp set in person, not in the catalog. It kind of makes it come to life, I think, when you see it in person. But tomorrow is the last day to register or to subscribe to the B-Box Club. If you want to get the July kit featuring this stamp set, you need to register and subscribe by tomorrow. Okay. So let me show you. Get this out of the way. I want to show you the packet, the Delightfully Eclectic paper. It's one of the really big packs of designer paper. I believe it has, off the top of my head, I think it has 40 12 by 12 sheets. And so it's much bigger than our normal 12 by 12 designer papers. But let me just show you quickly some of these patterns. Really, really cute things. Love that little floral. Strawberries. The colors are really good. It's kind of a, well, they call it Delightfully Eclectic. I think it's an eclectic collection of DSPs. Let's stick them together. Here's some with lemons. This is like a little notebook paper. I'm actually using that today. This one, another piece of notebook paper. Love this. I'm going to use this today. Pretzels, which are just really fun. A really cute stripe. Here's another stripe. Floral. I love this pattern. I think that's really, really cute. And a little bit of a yellow, kind of a polka dotty type look. And swans. And then the X's again on there. So that's just, but this is actually a 12 by 12 paper stack, and it is, gosh, I would say 3 times or maybe not quite 4 times as big as our normal designer paper stacks. All right, I'm going to tuck that away. And let's see, I am going to make, this is an envelope flap card, and I have made these many times before, but I wanted to do it. I thought it kind of went along with the typewriter and typing up a letter to send to someone. So I thought this would be kind of a fun idea. So I am going to start, my card base is a piece of Pretty Peacock. It is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and we're going to build the whole card on this. The next piece is 5 1/4 by 8. I'm going to put this out here in case you want to take a quick screenshot, but so that you have that for reference. 5 1/4 by 8, and then I've scored it at 4 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and get my bone folder and just give this a nice crease there. And then I have this little piece, and it just made me think of the typewriter, and this is the piece that actually kind of inspired me to make this card today. I thought this would be really cute as an envelope flap with this card. So what I'm going to do is just fold this on the diagonal. Like that. And then I'm going to take this piece. So this is our card, and what I'm going to do is just center this piece, the designer paper, in between from here to here, And what I'm going to do is put a little bit of glue on this flap. And you know what? I love how this heart paper, the back side of this, I'm going to put a little strip of this on the inside of my card, but I love that it's the white flowers. And then I don't know if you can see this on the screen. There you go. But every once in a while on this, you'll have a little pink heart, which I think is so fun. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit of my glue on this, and I'm going to push this all the way up so that that score line is on the edge of my card. Okay, I'm not putting any glue on this half because this is going to be the flap that's going to tuck to the front of the card. So I'm going to give that a second to press, or to seal. And I'm going to take my paper snips, and I'm just going to cut these little tabs, just these little corners that are sticking off, so that they're flush with my card base. They're not, we don't want those sticking out. Okay, so we have that. Next, I am going to take this piece of notebook paper. It's going to be mounted on this, but before I do that, I want to do a little bit of stamping, and I am going to use, I'm using Berry Burst ink and the Pretty Peacock ink. Okay. Hold on, there's something on my ink pad. Let me get that off of there. Okay, there we go. All right, so, oh, and the other thing I'm going to do while I'm stamping, I have a little scrap piece of white. I'm going to stamp my typewriter, and I'm going to trim that out. I'm going to do a little bit of fussy cutting on this today, which I don't mind. Do you? I feel like we're so spoiled. We have so many dies and punches and things which make things really, really nice, but I don't really mind fussy cutting. What about all of you? Do you mind? Hi, Colleen. Hi, Jean. From sunny, hot Oregon. I think it's hot everywhere these days. My goodness. Okay, so I'm going to ink up my typewriter and just put this down on my white. I'm going to give this a good press because this is a very solid stamp, and I want to make sure I get a good impression, and that looks pretty good. I am going to fussy cut that out. And you know, the trick with this is turn your paper, keep your scissors still, and you'll get a pretty even line around this. And I'm doing this kind of fast. I should probably slow down so I get a better trim here, but yeah, Jennifer, I will fussy cut, but I prefer not to. I know we're spoiled, aren't we? I know a couple people that love fussy cutting, and I don't really mind, but I do like the punches and dies. Okay, I'm just going to keep going around. This is actually pretty easy to cut. Okay. I have these old vintage typewriters that I have. Let me tell you, they weigh a ton. They are so heavy, but I love them. Love them, love them. Okay, so there is that. And then I'm going to keep my cap on my glue so that it doesn't dry out. So I'm going to take this piece and I'm just going to add a little bit of stamping to this. So I'm going to use the flower and the little word stamp that says hi. So I'm going to just start at the top here and just do a couple flowers like that. And then I'm going to go over to the right-hand side and just kind of go right down this edge like that. Just cute. Okay. And then I'm going to take the hi stamp and just fill that in just on this right-hand side. And I'm going to turn it. It doesn't have to all be straight. Sometimes it's kind of nice to put words on crooked on purpose because then you don't have to worry about getting it straight, right? And I think I like that look. I think that's fun. All right, now I have, so I'm going to set that aside a minute. I have a smaller piece of this little notebook type paper, and I am going to take, so there are two stamps in this set. There's this one and then this one that are like the paper that you would be putting into a typewriter to type a message on, type or whatever you're typing, a report or whatever it is. And so I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to stamp this right on here like that. And I'm going to fussy cut this too, but this is real easy to do. I'm going to do a flower there. And hi, Marianne, 88 degrees. Oh, hi, Laura. Okay, now I'm going to put this high right there. Isn't it cute? Okay, I'm going to fussy cut this, and I think I'm going to close up my ink, because when I was making this card this morning, I ended up with ink all over my fingers. You can still see some of it, but you know what I always say, it just means you're a member of the cool club, right? Okay, so I'm going to fussy cut around this. And I'm going to cut just a titch below the stamp, where the stamped image ends. Just I don't know, maybe even 1/8 of an inch or so. Okay. Then I have, so now we're going to, let's take this. I'm going to fold this with my bone folder. I want to get a good crease there, like that. Okay. Now we're ready to kind of put the card together. So I'm going to start first with this pattern piece here. I love this. I think that's so cute. I love the colors, and just it's kind of busy, but it's all so cute. I love the combination of Berry Burst and Pretty Peacock too. Okay, so I'm going to put this right here, center this on the front of our card. Okay. Then I have a circle, and this circle is cut from the So Stylish dies, which I did have here. Hold on, let me see who they are. So Stylish dies, these are a basic that you definitely want to have in your collection. There are squares, circles, and then like these word banners. And as you can see, when you cut it out, there you go. When you cut it out, you can see it has like little stitching around it, or like paper piercing. And what we want to do with this is we're going to put this on the front of our card. But the trick here, what is the most important thing about this envelope flap card, is not to put any adhesive on this side, because this is where the flap is going to come through, and that's what holds your card shut. So if you have dimensionals or glue here, you're not going to be able to tuck that flap under your circle. So I'm only going to put dimensionals on this side. I made a really cute envelope flap card similar to this with my Queen Bee stamp set, and it's just a fun little layout. It's different, and they're fun to make. It's fun to switch out the layouts every once in a while, don't you think? Okay, so I'm going to put this down, and again, my dimensionals are just on this left-hand side. I'm going to put that right there like that. Okay, and you can see how this flap is just tucked right under there. All right, now I'm going to add my typewriter, and I am going to pop this up with some dimensionals. Hi, Kathy, how are you? Yeah, I know, and Kathy, you love vintage typewriters too, I think. I think you told me once your mom was a writer, maybe. But yeah, they're kind of fun to collect. All right, so I'm going to take this and just put this here like that. And then I have my little message, and I'm going to take my bone folder and just curl this a little bit, because I don't want it to be completely flat. And see, you can see how that's going to just be tucked right under there. So I'm going to just take a thin line of glue just on the bottom of this, because I want it to be dimensional. I don't want it to be flat. Oh, the Queen Bee envelope layout. So Kathy, if you go, or anyone that's interested, you can see that Queen Bee card if you go to my blog, which is lauramilligan.com, and there is a search function. And I think if you just put envelope flap card in the search function, you'll pull up that that post where I did that. It's kind of a nice feature on my blog, so you could check it out there. And I may, you know what, I'll try to post it when I am done with this today. Maybe post the link to that blog post so that you can see it. Okay, so we have that, and then I am going to just take some of my white baker's twine, because you know me, I always have to add a little bow or something to my cards. I just feel like it's the finishing touch. That and some embellishments. I just feel like it needs that. Okay, so this is going to be a little bow. It's like that. Whoops. Got to fidget with it a little bit here. Okay, so there we have that. If you run your hands down the ends of the baker's twine, it kind of straightens the twine if it's curled up a bit. And then I'm going to take, I'll put the knot of this right on a glue dot here, and I'll pull that off. And I'm just going to put that right there. It's kind of a messy bow, but let's see, what did I do here? Fix it. It is Monday, what can I say? Oh boy, I think I've got the glue dot. Okay, I should probably just start and do it again, but let me see if I can fix it with my paper snips. I think I caught something on the, yeah. All right, I'm just gonna do it like that. I think you get the idea. No, you know what, that's gonna bother me. I gotta take it off. I'm gonna do another one. I like my bows. And I'm a big believer in, you know, it's a handmade card. It does not have to be perfect, but having a messy bow on this card, I don't like that. So I'm gonna do that again. And it's quick, so bear with me here. All right. Okay, so there we have another bow, attempt 2 at a bow. All right. I think what happened was it got caught, part of the bow got caught on the glue dot. Okay, I'm going to put that there like that. There we go. It's not so messy. All right, and then this was at the beginning when I was doing this, I showed you the card base, the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and so this is going to be mounted on there, and it just kind of sets off the card. It kind of finishes it. It kind of pulls it all together. So let's add some glue to the back of this. This is just going to be centered like that. Okay, give that a press, and then I want to add some embellishments. And I had mentioned how I love sequins, and especially when they have adhesive backs. And these are called adhesive backed sequins trio. I love these colors. I'm going to use the pretty peacock color today, so I'm going to grab my take your pick tool, and I'm just going to pick up. I thought it would be fun to put one right there. Thought that was cute. And then I'm just going to put a couple down here by these flowers. These come in 2 different sizes, but for this card, I'm using the smaller size. There are bigger ones, as you can see. Okay, and then the fun part is, so here we go. We're going to open up our envelope flap like that, and then I thought this was cute because this is all hidden. When this is tucked in, most of that is hidden. You can't see the high or any of that, so you open it up and it's back. It's right there on the front. I thought that was kind of cute. And then you open it up, and I saved a little piece of the designer paper that has these letters on it. And I'm going to use the hearts because you can see those on the inside of that flap. So I thought that was kind of cute. And there's one of those pink hearts right there. Super, super cute. I'm going to tuck that at the bottom there. Just leave a little bit of the white, the card base showing. It's really cute. You could put a couple sequins there. In fact, I think I will. Why not? And maybe because there's that little bit of pink there, why don't I put a little pink Might be kind of fun. So Kathy, who is watching today, makes beautiful, well, many of you watching today make beautiful cards, but I will say Kathy adds so many cute little details and sweet little touches. I love to get a card from her. It's always a treat. And then I love this. I hope your day is filled with sunshine and rainbows. Like, wouldn't that just make you smile? That's a great little message to send to someone. And I don't think, I'm not sure if this will fit on the back of this. Oh, I think it will. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to hold on, I'm going to wipe this off real quickly with my stamp cleaner because I've got, I kind of blobbed the ink on this. I'm going to clean this off here. Okay. I have my day's worth of ink on my fingers for today. So I can't get any more on them. All right, so as you know, I like to mount my words at an angle when I'm stamping because it helps me to get them straighter. And I'm going to do this in the Pretty Peacock as well. And just hold this flat, and that's just going to be stamped right there. So cute. I hope your day is filled with sunshine and rainbows. And I think it would be cute since I still have my ink out. And I'm just making one card today, so this is going to be a little quicker than some of my recent lives. Let's add one of these. Just right there. Just like that. Okay. So then we're just going to fold this all up like that. And there you have your envelope flap card. Super cute. I think it's really cute. Let me know what you think. Oh, hi, Cindy. It is, the blue-green color is called Pretty Peacock. And it is a great color. I think we all love that color. And then I thought, since I am just making one card today, I do, as you know, I like to put something on the envelope. And I thought, since it was an envelope flap card, we should probably decorate the flap of the actual envelope. So that's going to go this way. So I got to make sure I do this so I don't get this upside down. But this is super cute, I think, on the envelope. So I'm going to go ahead and just add a bit of glue. And you all have seen me do this before. And I know that a lot of you do this because when I get cards from you in the mail, you have decorated your envelope flap. And I love to see that. So I'm just going to put this on here like this. Make sure it's lined up okay. Yep, that looks good. Okay, and then I'm just going to trim around this. You all know how to do this, right? You've seen this before. So I'm just going to cut. So if you like this card, I will tell you that this month for our B-Box Club, Sherry and I have focused on fun folds. So all 4 cards feature fun folds, and I will say it is a great class. The folds are awesome, and I love them. I particularly love Sherry's cards. I think mine are good, but I really like hers, and I know that you will too. So you have until tomorrow to sign up for the B-Box Club, and you will have, here's one idea for this stamp set, but you will get 4 more ideas, and in the B-Box Club, you get 2 of each of the cards. So you're getting card kits to make 8 cards, 4 different designs, 2 of each. And if you keep your subscription active for 6 months, consecutive months, 6 months in a row, at the end of that 6 months, I'm going to send you a surprise to thank you for being a loyal subscriber. So here is our cute card for the day, the envelope flap card. Open that up. I hope your day is filled with sunshine and rainbows. And I do. I hope you all have a good Monday. It's pretty sunny and nice here. I don't know if we'll see any rainbows, but tuck that there, and then here's our envelope. So I'm going to go ahead and switch up my camera view. There we go. Thank you all for joining me today. I will not be here next Monday. I'm going to have some family time, which I'm really looking forward to, but I will be back in 2 weeks. I will be posting some things on this Facebook page and also on my blog, so check in. I won't be doing a lot, but I will be checking in now and then, so be sure to come and take a look at what I'm doing. And I hope that if you haven't enrolled or subscribed to my B-Box Club, You will either today or tomorrow. I'm about to send an email out with I call it the last call. And if you are on my email list, which I hope you are, you will get notification of that, and I hope you will register. There are steps involved with registering, and it's pretty clear on the email. So let me know if you have any questions, though. And I hope that you have a good Monday and a great week. And as always, I hope you have time to be creative today. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.